Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Claire. Thank you for joining me. I've got some leftover pastel colours left. I did this flip cup pour with some amazing pastel colours recently, and I mixed, as I normally do, I mixed far too much paint, so I've got some leftovers to use. So I'm going to do a swipe. So all the paints have got silicone in, so I'm going to lay the colours down in lines, and then I'm going to swipe over. So I'm hoping to create some really pretty cells. I've got quite a lot of paint, I think, so I want to put all of that on the canvas so I can hopefully tilt it out slightly to expand the cells, but without distorting them too much. So let me show you the colours. So here are my colours. So I've got some gold, some sky blue, some iridescent yellow, green yellow, some pale pink, some silver, pale violet, a pale yellow, some pearl white. They're all the colours I used for the previous one, but for this one I'm going to add some of this, which is Dale Rowney purple. And the reason I'm doing that is because they're all so pale and so pastel-y. I just feel I need something to cut through, something that's really dark, but will actually go with all of these colours, just to give some contrast. I love the last one, the pastel-y one, but it is so pastel-y. So I'm just hoping by adding a bit of that purple, I'm going to drizzle it on. That's going to really make a difference actually and add some extra contrast. All these paints are mixed with PVA glue and water, and I will put the recipe in the description of this video. I've got a 29 by 42 centimetre canvas and I've just drawn lines on there. So there's 8 paints and I've just drawn 16 lines. So I'm now going to just put paint on every line. So I'm going to put the paints down on these lines. So there's 8. So this one here I'm going to put as gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, my maths works. So let's put some down. I'll probably put some down and then come back and put more on once I've got all the colours down. With this one actually I'm going to put extra on the edge because I want it to flow over the edge. Now when I've done these before, I have only ever done one of each colour. So I've normally had a similar number of colours, but I've only ever put down one band of each. I've never done it with narrower bands like this. The reason I'm doing this is because I guess I just want the colours to mix a little bit more, and I just think it might make it a bit more interesting. So all the paints have got silicone in. I just put a few drops in each cup. Right, so that's lots of paint. So now I'm going to come in with this purple colour. So I think I'm just going to drizzle it over, and I'm also going to put it on my swiping, what I'm going to use to swipe as well. So I think just going to do this. I've put silicone in this as well. I just thought it would be interesting to see what that colour will do and what it will do just drizzling a colour on top like this. So I think that's plenty. So I'm going to swipe with a plastic wallet, which I've got here, and I've just put some purple paint along one edge of it. And that just means I should get some gold cells popping up from this one end. So I've just got to be careful not to drop this in it. It's quite flimsy, which I want it, so it's quite nice and heavy. So I'm going to just put that on the edge. It's just long enough. So I'm just making sure it's contacting all the way along. And then I'm just going to very slowly drag it. Right, so unfortunately it's missed a spot, but what I think I'm going to do is do the same again and swipe backwards. So that shouldn't matter. That should get that bit then. So I will now put the paint on the other side because the other side's clean. And I also missed the edges slightly, but I'm hoping if I can tilt that around, that will sort itself out. Right, so far so good. I've already got quite a few cells popping up and I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm now going to torch it. I think I want to torch quite slowly, quite high up to start with. Try and not get carried away, like I often do with torching. So let's do some tilting. There's a lot of paint on here, which is brilliant. Which way do I want to go? So this bit is more what I had in mind, not the purple. There's less paint here as well. Because I swiped that way last, there's more paint pushed up to this way. So should I try and get rid of some of this purple? The weight of the paint at the moment is right in the centre. It's here. Wow, it's so pretty. So the cells this side are smaller than this side. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a huge amount about that. I'm actually really liking that. You've got the purple, but only a little bit. I think all my edges and sides are covered, more or less. That's not quite covered. I wonder if I can just get the weight of the paint up the other end slightly more. Yep, so I'm tipping some off this end now. So what I'm hoping I can do with that is then tip it back again, and that should stretch out the cells this end to make them a more similar size to the other end. Yes, it's working. Oh, it's so pretty. Right, I think I'm done. I have now got similar-ish cells this side to this side. I'm not sure I've ever done that before. Wow. They're slightly larger in the middle, but the gold and the pearlescent white really stand out. Right, I'm just going to check all my edges and my corners, and then I'll get you in for a close-up. I'm so happy I've added that purple. It makes a huge difference. But I'm also so happy that I tilted this edge off because there wasn't that massive expanse of purple then. So you've just got these little sections of purple scattered throughout the whole painting, and it just gives the contrast and it just lifts it. It's done exactly what I was wanting. I've got quite a lot of distortion of some cells in the middle, but it almost makes me think it looks quite scaly, and I quite like that. It almost gives a sort of a focal point near the centre. I've definitely overdone it with the torching. I knew I would. I always do. In hindsight, I think if I had torched less, I would have had more room for the cells to expand. There are so many cells that they are all squashing each other, which is fine, which I like. I like the look of that. But I think actually I should have I shouldn't have torched as much. I knew I'd do it. But if I hadn't have torched, I would have had less cells, and therefore they wouldn't look so crowded. They would have actually been rounder and been able to keep their shape a bit more. So it would just be a totally different look of the painting. I love the really iridescent gold and pearl white there through the centre. It's going to look so pretty when it's dry. And I love the fact that you can see every colour. I think you can. So blue, green, pink, purple, yellow, white, gold, silver. You can see all 8 colours and 9 with the purple. Oh, I'm excited. Right, I'll be back when it's dry. So here's the dry result. What I love about this piece is the movement in it. Can you just see the sort of the waves and it's not completely regular. You've got these horizontal waves, but also these vertical waves as well. So I just think the composition is so interesting. Right in the centre, you've got the largest cells, which have distorted. But then towards the edges, they just get rounder and a little bit smaller, and the same the other side. So it's not necessarily the composition I was going for, but I really like it. I love these dark lines, this dark purple. It's just scattered throughout the whole painting. And even there, you can see it around all the cells. So it's just, I think it's a really interesting way of doing a swipe, just drizzling a totally different colour over the top. I love the purple and the yellow. I think that's really pretty. I'm really pleased with it. It's just very different, very, very different. Let me show you the shine on this as well. Look at that. It's the pearl white, and that's the silver, and then, oh, the green there, the green yellow, how iridescent that is. And then that's the silver, and then the pearl white, and then the gold. And then obviously it repeats. You've got the green there again, and then a little bit of pearl white up in that top corner. So it's really, really shimmery and shiny. So please let me know what you think. Do leave me any comments, any thoughts you have. I'd love to read them. I'd love to hear them. Great. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye.